I think she says hi. She don't know. She can't see it. You see yourself?
What's up, guys? I'm remaking this video for the second time now. The first one I made was like 40 minutes long, and it's mostly just me talking, so I'm like, alright, we gotta shorten this up. I want to talk about our wedding party, wedding reception, I guess is the technical term. So, we weren't originally gonna have one. We're not party people. We're both shy. Like, I know it sounds weird because, you know, we do like YouTube videos, but we are shy in real life. So we don't like the spotlight like being on us, which is why we had a low-key wedding as well. And like the wedding, and it was so perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything better. We originally didn't have any intentions on having a party because it's just kind of expensive, almost just as chaotic as trying to plan a wedding, because you're, you know, scheduling a DJ and, you know, a caterer and finding a venue and, you know, inviting a bunch of people and hoping, you know, that they show up and stuff like that, and trying to get like a accurate head count for the caterer, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of just like, I don't know, that seems stressful. My uncle and mom kind of threw the idea out there. My grandma is, she's got, I'm not going to say where, just, you know, for privacy reasons. You guys will see it when it happens. You know, of course, I'll try to make like a video. She has a membership at this, I guess it's like a hall or whatever. I'm not really sure like what you could, like a hall, a venue, whatever you want to call it. And can get it to us, you know, we can rent it through her for a really good price. So we're like, you know, we could do that. And then, but, you know, so we decided to, you know, have a wedding reception. We're calling it a happily ever after party. Just, it's like a wedding reception, but it's not so formal, you know what I mean? Like, you go to a wedding reception, most people are dressed very nicely. You know, the bride and groom have a table, you know, up in front of everybody else, and, you know, the DJ makes all kinds of announcements, you know, about the bride and groom, and we gotta do, you know, all these dances and probably fun stuff, you know, in front of people though, but we're shy, you know, so it's kind of like, I don't know about all that. And so we're calling it a happily ever after party, and it's basically a wedding reception, but it's a lot more casual. For instance, I'm wearing something similar to our wedding there, you know, like khaki shorts, you know, nice pair of shoes, and, you know, like a collared shirt, or, you know, maybe like a button-up shirt or something like that. And we put on the invitations like casual, you know, if you show up in jeans and a t-shirt, perfect. And like, no, we're not judging you. We don't care, you know, be comfortable, have fun. Food. My mom, she, way back when the recession hit in like 2008, she was in the middle of going through culinary school. She's always been a really good cook, but, you know, finally decided like, hey, I'm done with this factory life. And she went to culinary. She took a buyout from Ford. She went to school. She finished. She did phenomenal. And then she wanted to start like a catering business. Actually, it wasn't a catering business, if I remember. It was like a personal chef. And also, like, there's like a certain level of like catering, you know, like catering for like up to X amount of people or whatever. So she had like all the catering equipment, you know, an SUV to haul the stuff, and did very well right off the bat. Then 2008 comes around and the economy just tanked. I'm going off on a tangent. But anyways, though, my point with all that, saying all that though, was she's really good at what she does with the cooking and stuff, and planning all that out, and, you know, presenting the food, you know. She is handling the food for us. We're doing like masticholi. We're actually going to get fried chicken as well from Kroger. We're going to do just like a bulk order. So, you know, there's a couple options. She's doing a ton of appetizers, a ton of sides, a bunch of desserts. You know, of course, we're doing like a cake. I think we're just going to do like, you know, a couple sheet cakes or whatever. We don't have like a formal wedding cake. We were going to, but for very unfortunate circumstances, that person is unable to now. I don't want to share any personal details, but very, very, very tragic reason why they can't. I just, you know, I'll leave it at that. And so she's taking care of that. And then I was like, DJ, so what are we going to do for music? And I'm like, a DJ is like basically like for what we're spending so far, a DJ would be more expensive than our entire wedding was. I looked up some generic prices just for, you know, a generic DJ, you know, a couple speakers, you know, nice little setup with some lights and stuff. Like $200 an hour almost. Like it seemed like it averaged from about $125 to like $350 an hour. So let's go on the low end and say $150 an hour. We're doing the party from about 5 to 10. So we're gonna get there at 3, get set up, and then, you know, basically, you know, we put on the invitations 5 o'clock, but if you show up a little bit earlier or later, you know, obviously no big deal. And then we're there till midnight. We have to clean up, which kind of sucks that night. Clean up, take everything down, you know, decorations gone, trash taken out, and then even like mop the floor. I'm hoping the place stays pretty clean, so we don't have to do that, because that's kind of like dumb. But we put on the invitation till 10 o'clock. So of course, you know, we're not just gonna be like at 10 o'clock and be like, all right, cut the music off, turn the lights back on, get out. You know what I mean? So we put on there at 10 o'clock. We're gonna start cleaning up. You know, so music's still be playing for a while. You know, but the bar's gonna be closed. You know, food's gonna be gone. You know, so if you want to just sit, you know, have a couple glasses of water, you know, let the alcohol, you know, get out of your system, whatever, totally cool. Just got to be out of there by midnight, and by then everything is gone, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, let's say we get a DJ from 5 to 10. That's 5 hours. 5 hours at $200 a pop, or no, let's say 5 hours at $150. That's $750 for 5 hours for someone to play some music and have some lights. I fully respect it. I'm not knocking DJ prices. Like, DJ equipment is insanely expensive. DJ skills are out of this world. You know, if you can mix music and stuff like that, as well as run lighting and stuff, that's an amazing skill. The ability to set up a show like that and take it back down all within, you know, a short amount of time, another amazing skill. So I'm not knocking the prices. I was like, that's literally more than we paid for our wedding and our professional photographer, you know? So I'm like, I can't just get myself to spend that much, as fun as it would be. So my plans were, I was at Best Buy, and I found these giant, like, I'm talking, if I'm standing up, like, these things were like up to my chest, and they're probably like this big around, like these tower speakers, and they've got speakers all around it, so it's 360 degrees of sound. They had some lights in them and stuff like that, and they were on sale. They were normally like $600 a piece. They're like some big Samsung Bluetooth speaker, and I think you can pair like up to 10 of them. So like if I connect my phone to one of them with Bluetooth, that speaker can connect to like 9 other ones, and you can have them like all over, you know? And I'm like, that would be kind of cool to get like 2 of those, put one over by like where we're eating, then one over like by the food or something, so there's just kind of like sound all over. I'm like, that would be perfect. And they were on sale for like, I want to say like $325 or something, like a really good deal compared to their normal price. And I was like, I'll buy 2 of them, and then I could return them. Didn't do that, but I was like, I could return them, get the money back. I could throw them on Marketplace and probably sell them for what I paid, since that sale is extremely good, and I'm sure it won't last. It didn't last. The sale ended very quickly, and they went back to normal price. So I was like, there's that option. And then I was like, you know, I'm obsessed with speakers and stuff like that. I love electronics and tech. So I'd probably keep one of them, but, you know, that was an option. And then I was like, I would love to own like a big set like of powered speakers, you know, a set of speakers that will, you know, rock a block party, you know, like you have like 100+ people around and provide loud, you know, thumping music for everybody. I don't know why. I love speakers. Like I said, I'm obsessed with technology and stuff like that. So I was like, why don't I just buy my own DJ speakers? So I did. I went on Amazon. I found a brand. It's called ProRec. They had pretty solid reviews. If I was an actual DJ, like, I probably wouldn't use these in my arsenal. They're not the highest quality, but for the money, like, you really can't beat the deal. It was about $600. You get, I got the Club 4000, which is an 18-inch subwoofer, and I mean, this box is massive. It's huge. It weighs like 80 pounds. It's got the amp built in, the mixer and all that stuff's built into the back of the sub. And then it's got these 2 big tripods with array speakers. So what that is like, you have one speaker like this, and then one speaker like, you know, you can angle them and whatnot. And it's all powered through the subwoofer. The subwoofer plugs into the wall, and then these array speakers, you know, you put them on a tripod, and they just have like a 1/4-inch like headphone jack that plugs into one speaker. That one speaker has another jack that plugs into the other speaker, you know, with a little short cable, because they're, you know, right on top of each other. And then you run the long cable to the back of the subwoofer, and, you know, you got a left and right channel or whatever. So the system hooks up in like 5 minutes. I could have these tripods opened up, extended, set up, and hooked up. The subwoofer has 2 microphone inputs, RCA inputs, you know, little like mini headphone jack, like auxiliary input. It's got Bluetooth, it's got SD cards, it's got USB for like a flash drive. So it's extremely versatile. Like basically any system you want to get audio to this thing, it works. And the cool thing is with the mic inputs, those are always live. So no matter what input you're on, like whether you're playing something off a flash drive, you know, you got like your laptop hooked up through like auxiliary, Bluetooth with my phone or iPad, the mics are always active. So you turn the mic on and just boom, start talking or whatever. So I like that. So I bought those. Didn't need them. I don't know what I'm going to use them for, but I am in love with these speakers. They shake our house, man. It is, I love them. And I've been playing with them off and on, and I've been cranking them up, and I'm like, oh my god, these things are going to be so fun. This is going to be a blast. You know, I've got like a couple playlists on Spotify saved, so I can just pair my iPad, leave it right there, and just, you know, play all these songs on shuffle. And iPad's got the crossfade, so, you know, it'll sound cool like a DJ's actually doing it, because the songs are kind of like mixing into each other and stuff. Hell yeah. And then I'm like, you know, I don't plan on dancing. I don't dance. I never have. But, you know, people start drinking and stuff like that, they're going to want to dance. You know, like, if I expect to see, like, loud music or, you know, hear loud music at, like, a DJ type setup, I want some lights, you know? So I ordered this thing, this really small, like, handheld, like, $25 little LED laser light show. And it's got a red and a green LED with, like, a filter that spins around, so it kind of does, like, little designs on the floor. And then it's got this little globe on the top that has different colored LEDs that kind of shine the little different colored spots on the floor. And I was like, wow, this thing is really freaking cool. And it's battery powered, so I don't even have to have it like plugged in. You know, it lasts for like 4 or 5 hours on battery, and then it just charges with a USB cable. I'm like, wow, that's even cooler. So I'll just like zip tie that on like the speaker stand or something like that. Perfect. Well, I got to thinking, and I was watching, you know, a lot of DJ videos on YouTube. I'm like, you know, I want some more. Like, this light's cool, but this is also in our small living room. You know, this little dance floor that we're going to have is going to be quite a bit bigger, and people are going to be farther away, so this thing's not that powerful. It might not look that good, right? So I ordered this thing. I don't even know what you call it, but it's got strobes on the outside. Those also are a UV light, so it's like a black light. They're not that powerful, but the strobes are very bright. And then in the middle, it has just a bunch of different colored lights that kind of spin around and rotate. And, you know, it's like one of the typical lights you'd see at a DJ, you know, booth or whatever. It's awesome. I love it. The strobe lights, I believe, are a little overpowering. The unit, when it's on auto mode, like going with the sound, I think it does the strobe lights a little bit too much. So I don't know if I can disable them through the little menu screen that is very hard to navigate, but if I can't, you know, worst case, I could put like some black tape over them. No big deal. Also, they might be awesome, you know, when you got a few drinks in you and the music's loud and you're out on the dance floor, so I might just leave them. So then I was like, you know what? I got this cool color light. It's got the strobes and the colors, and this laser light's cool. But I want one of the real laser lights, like something a real DJ would actually use, because they do all kinds of crazy designs on the ground, and the lasers come like, the lasers are like every color, like red, green, blue, you know, yellow, pink, orange, purple, and they're way more powerful, and they do like I said, like a lot of cool designs. So I ordered this thing on Amazon, and this one was like a little over $100. And I love it. It is amazing. It is so cool. It's a little bit noisy. Like if the room is dead silent, you can hear this thing. But when it's going, it's not going to be dead silent. We're going to have the music cranked. You can't hear anything. So this one's got like all the same modes. You know, it's got like auto where it just does a bunch of cool stuff. It's got sound, you know, of course, where it goes with the music. And then it's got, you know, like some manual features you can do, which aren't that cool because it kind of just stays on like one thing until you manually change it. So the thing with DJ lights is when you see all these lights, the beams they put on the ground are cool, you know, like the little pattern you see on the ground and whatnot, and the, you know, the colors hitting everybody. It's cool. But what really tops that off, right? What really tops that off when you can see all the beams shining through the air, especially with the lasers. And when you can see that laser beam in all its glory just like glowing in the air. So I ordered a fog machine. I ordered a really cheap small one. It's like 400 watts. I think I paid like 30 bucks for it. But my favorite thing about this fog machine, aside from its tiny size where I can just put it anywhere and you're not going to see it or bump into it or worry about it, is the fact that it has this little wireless remote control. I can clip it on my keychain, I can toss it in my pocket, and it works. So far as I can see the fog machine, it works. Press one button, it starts putting out fog, press the other button, and it stops the fog. So I'm not gonna like smoke the room out. I'm just gonna have just a little bit, just every couple minutes, just like a second of smoke come out, just so there's a little bit of haze in the room. And that's when you can see all the crazy cool beams and patterns. It looks amazing. You guys will see it at the end of this video. So then, as I'm watching more DJ setups, I'm noticing they have a lot of wash lights and par lights. So a wash light is basically just a solid color light that is just shining, just on the dance floor ground, or some people shine them like at the walls or the ceiling, where you're dancing. And it's just kind of like some ambient light, so it's not like pitch black. So I ordered some of those. I got some, again, cheap ones on Amazon. I think I paid about 40 bucks for the pair of them. And then I wanted these to be in sync with each other since it's two of the same light, so I ordered a DMX cable, so that plugs into one and then plugs into the other. And one is like the master, one's the slave. And the master tells the slave what to do, so everything one does, the other one's doing, at the exact same time. It's really cool. So I believe that's it. Oh, so for the lights, my original idea was going to be to use the speaker tripods. You get these O-rings, these O-clamps, and it just, clamps on the tripod, and then it has this big stud. And that stud is like a universal size for all the DJ lights, they just bolt onto that. But the more stuff I bought, I didn't want to overload these tripods because they are kind of a cheaper brand, and I don't know how sturdy they are yet. So I didn't want to risk like overloading them. Plus, it doesn't look as cool, in my opinion, when a DJ setup has just a few lights like by the speakers. Like when they have like the T-bar, which has like all the lights on it and they're all doing their thing. I personally think that looks way cooler. It's just honestly personal preference. But so I ordered a T-bar on Amazon, and I was kind of sketched out from the reviews. A lot of the reviews said like, this thing's flimsy. It's not. It's different from the pictures. And then one guy posted a video. He had a moving headlight, which what that is it's any kind of light, but it moves. So like it bolts to the thing like normal, but then the actual light fixture, the light head itself will move, and it'll dance with the music. And if you have a DMX controller, you can move it yourself. And he had one on there, and this thing's lighting, the light's moving, and this bar is just shaking around. And I was like, I'm not gonna order that. So a couple days later, I ordered it. And that thing is 10 out of 10 amazing. It is super sturdy. The bar wiggles if you don't have it tightened down. So I don't know if maybe he put his together and didn't tighten it down enough, or maybe it wore out or something. Maybe it was used. I don't know. But I have zero issues with mine. But also, I'm not doing any moving lights. I would like to in the future, but not right now. I don't. My budget is tapped out. So this bar is another tripod, and it's just your average tripod, like a heavy duty big one, of course, for all the weight. But it's just the bar. There's a couple like screws, and you can extend it up. It goes up to, I think, 9 feet, which is really tall. I can't even put it at 9 feet because our ceilings aren't even that tall. But it's super simple to use. I got all my lights bolted to it, as you'll see here in a minute, and I absolutely love the thing. I have no regrets. And the cool thing is, I can just unscrew that top bar, take it off, leave all my lights attached to it, and then when we get set up, just plop it back on and tighten it up. So I don't have to like unhook all the lights and all that stuff. All I got to do is just plug power in. And yeah, here in a few minutes, you guys will see, I'm going to show you a demo, and man, I love this setup. I really like just playing with this at home. Like, Shelby hasn't been home for, well, actually she was in bed the one night, but like last night they went out to the movie theater and stuff like that when I got all the lights in finally. And I just didn't feel like going. I worked all day. She had the day off, and I was just tired. I didn't want to drive back down to Toledo. So I stayed home, and I wanted to get this thing hooked up, of course, because I'm like fascinated by technology and LED lights and lasers and stuff. So having this stuff hooked up and just playing music just to myself, literally from Spotify and like SoundCloud and stuff, it just like the mood, it just puts you in this awesome mood. Like everything is just so cool, and the lights are fascinating. and the way everything syncs together, I'm infatuated by it, and it blows my mind. Like, people do this for a living. You know, people are making 5-10 times the amount of money I make yearly by just doing this a couple times a week, like setting up a big DJ show and you're playing music for a rowdy crowd of people that's just having the time of their lives. I'm like, that would be, like, honestly, I think that would be one of my dream careers. Like, I love music, I love lights, I love technology, I love entertaining people, as long as I don't physically have to be the one, like, you know, being the entertainment, you know what I mean? Like, I'm providing the entertainment through, you know, the DJ stuff, you know what I mean, if that makes sense, because I'm shy. But that's what holds me back from pursuing that, is you got to be like the life of the party, essentially. You got to be out there, you know, talking through the mics and, you know, getting people hyped up, and, you know, the room gets quiet and you got to make the announcements for the bride and groom and stuff like that. I'm just like, oof, that's where I would get, like, shy and worried that I would mess something up. But, oh, one thing I forgot. I was told by a few certain people, which I won't say who, but we're hoping Angry Grandma participates in this. I was told that some people want to do karaoke. And the thing about karaoke is, if you're doing it in a DJ setup, the equipment is outrageous. It is crazy expensive, because you need like a full-blown TV to be able to show the words. You need some sort of computer or software that can show the words on the TV and stream the instrumental tracks to the, you know, DJ, the speakers, and be in sync. So, you know, like, you're singing what you're seeing and it's on beat and all that stuff. And I don't have all that. So I ordered some microphones off Amazon. I ordered a pack of 2 wireless mics with a little receiver that plugs right into the subwoofer, you know, and the microphone input. And then the mics are wireless. It's really cool. I love it. So we might see some karaoke. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna show you the lights now. Leave a thumbs up if you watched this far. Definitely appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. So this is during the day. I got really anxious. I wanted to get this thing set up. Oh my god, it looks so cool. This is just a super light amount of fog. See? You can see that strobe light. It's too much, you know? It doesn't really look crazy on camera, but, like, it's blinding. But yeah, so this, oh my god, I can't even see. So this little remote, you hit unlock and it starts the fog. And so the fog machine, as you guys see, it has lights. Oh, it's got to reheat. After you do so much, it, like, heats up for a second again. Those 3 little clear things down there, those are just different color lights. Cool feature, but they only light up when you're shooting fog. So to me, it's kind of pointless, because shooting the fog isn't the fun part. It's like the haze it creates, as you can see, like, just by looking at these lights. But yeah, check out these lights, man. These lasers, it's just, the camera does it no justice. Like, honestly, come on, strobe light, chill out. And then see, this thing just dances with the music, you know, just, right now it's just in auto mode, so it's kind of going all around, but, like, when music's playing, it's gonna vibe and groove, you know, with the music. But let's check the fog machine out. It's ready. See the little red lights on. So I hit the top button and it shoots out fog, and then you'll see the LEDs come on. Cool feature, like, it really is. Yeah, it blows quite a bit of smoke. I'm gonna stop it, because this stuff takes forever to clear out of the house. Turn the fan off there, but yeah, you guys, I'm in love with this. And this, it's not even night yet. Like, it's still broad daylight. All right, guys, I'll see you here in a second. Well, I guess smoke machine set off the smoke detector. All right, guys, I'm sick of waiting. It's 9 o'clock. Still a little bit bright outside, but we got the new setup here. Of course, this is just very roughed in. Par light, DJ whatever light with the strobes, par light, laser. I wanted these both on the outside, but my DMX cable, which syncs them together, was too short for me to get to that dang pin. So got it over there. If you remember me showing you this earlier, this is how low I had it, but I kind of moved it up to the ceiling, gives a better effect. So let's get some fog. Let's kick it around. And then I got some copyright free stuff here on YouTube. Let's see how good it works. And that one's not activated by sound right now. I just turned it off, so it's on like auto mode. Let's see. Ready for the beat to drop. Alright, so I'm gonna tone it down now so my neighbors don't hate me. I got the subwoofer turned like to like level 1 out of probably 10, so it's barely on, but this sound still travels. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's a little hazy in here now. No idea what's on TV. That's like the startup screen or whatever. It shows random stuff when you turn it on, but yeah, I am in love with this thing. Obviously I got a lot of tweaking to do. I got a lot of, you know, first off, I gotta wire this up so it's clean. What I'm gonna do is get like order like custom length cables, some generic ones that are probably shorter than this, and then I'll just basically have like a power strip, you know, like zip tied right here or something like that, so everything's just kind of wired in real neat, you know, so there's not just cables dangling all over. So these will stay up the way they are, and then I'll just undo this screw right here, and this bar will come off, and then this tripod just, you know, folds into a normal tripod like this. These are the speaker ones. These go probably about this high, but then the speakers themselves are like 1.5 feet tall, so tops of the speakers will probably be like, you know, yay high, give or take. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Man, it's got me thinking like how crazy fun it would be to be a DJ. Like, it would be a lot to set up, like to get established, I guess would be the term I'm looking for, but man, like I wish I wasn't shy in front of people, because
I think literally the only thing that's holding me back is the fact that, you know, you got to sit there, you got to talk to people, you got to get, you know, not that you got to talk to people, but like, you're essentially the life of the party. Like, I know I can do the music, I know I can do the lights, I know I can do the aesthetics, but, you know, having that DJ voice, you know, where you can, you know, all right, people make some noise and all that stuff and give it up for the bride and groom. I'm just like, I feel like I might screw that up, but I come in the bathroom after I use the fog machine and turn the exhaust fan on, so it hopefully get some of this crap out of here. And it's funny because Shelby hasn't seen these lights yet, so she's gonna come home and then I'm gonna get the house foggy again and show her. So yeah, all right guys, I'll see you in the next video.